Player ratings then, as you can tell, a little bit of a change of scenery. I'm actually out watching the match. I was out watching the match in the centre of town. Don't usually go out and watch the match, but I thought I'd go out today with my dad for a little Christmas occasion. Brilliant performance. Everton 2, Arsenal 1 at Goodison Park. Everton climbing to second in the Premier League table just before Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. What a performance today, and again, what a brilliant result that was. Let's get straight into it then. Jordan Pickford, giving him a 7 today. Thought it was a solid performance, didn't have an awful lot to do. There was a couple of occasions where he flapped at things, which again is sort of a bit like, it's a bit frustrating, but at the end of the day, he come up with a massive save towards the end of the game, didn't he? Andre Manning decided to let Arsenal play an extra 2 or 3 minutes after the 5 that had already been played after the 90. Don't know why. He was very clearly wanted to give Arsenal something out of the game. And Jordan Pickford come up with a fantastic save. I can't remember which player it was, but they had a shot from literally 5 yards out, and Jordan gets down and saves it well. And they're the key moments in a game that you judge your goalkeeper off at the end of the day. Again, like I said, got a little bit of stick in the pub for certain, crosses that he might have flapped at, and one where he come out and he tried to punch it, but he wasn't anywhere near it, and they hit the post from it. But those are the moments at the end of the game when you're hanging on. It's 2-1. You want the 3 points, and he comes up with a big save. And again, I think he deserves credit for that. So I've given him a 7. Ben Godfrey at left back, giving him an 8. Absolutely outstanding again. Outstanding performance by Ben Godfrey at left back. This kid is unbelievable, considering he signed as a centre half, and he's been at the football club now for couple of months, and he hasn't really played in his natural position of centre half. Certainly not in a 2 if he's played there. He's played in a 3 next to whether it be Holgate and Mina or Mina and Keane. Again, played left back today, and other than a couple of occasions where they might have got down that left hand side, thought he was very solid. Showed his energy, showed his pace, showed his power. Again, a player that isn't afraid to tackle, isn't afraid to throw a challenge in, isn't afraid to get involved. And you could see that today. Arsenal didn't want that battle. He didn't want the slide challenges. He didn't want the fight. And I thought Ben was really solid today, so I've given him an 8. Yerry Mina and Michael Keane, joint score, both getting a 9 today. Absolutely outstanding. Yerry Mina obviously coming up with the winning goal. Again, another brilliant defensive performance by him. Didn't put a foot wrong at all. Everything that he had to deal with, he dealt with. Obviously, the goal is fantastic. If you actually watch the goal again, Mina's probably the furthest Everton player from Gylfi Sickerton, and he actually makes the dart and run towards the front post and gets on the end of it. It's a fantastic header, and it's a brilliant goal. And then Michael Keane next to him again. So solid. Another brilliant Michael Keane Everton performance. How many more of these performances does Michael Keane have to have before people start to stand up and go, this lad is a serious centre half? He is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And again, both players could have got a 10. We did come under a lot of pressure, and I don't just want to throw 10s about all the time, so I've given them both a 9. But again, absolutely outstanding. Mason Holgate at right back, he's getting an 8 as well. Very similar to Ben Godfrey, getting forward on a couple of occasions today as well, linking up with Alex Iwobi well. And again, defensively didn't really put a foot wrong, threw himself into challenges, won the ball when he needed to, got forward, worked hard, battled in the back line, and again he was really solid today, so I'll give him Mason an 8 as well. Abdoulaye Doucouré then, first of the midfield 3, he's getting an 8.5. Again, really solid performance by Abdoulaye Doucouré. Stepped up again with Alan being out and being injured, stepped up again, and he was fantastic. He was absolutely fantastic, and ultimately at the end of the day, that's the type of performances that you need from players like Abdoulaye Doucouré. You need them to step up when players like Alan, who are so important, aren't in the side. And again, he was brilliant. He was on the end of every ball. He was throwing the challenges in. He was getting involved. He was just great today. Next to him, Gylfi Sickerton. Again, another solid performance by Gylfi. Thought he worked very hard throughout the game. Didn't have an awful lot to do. Certainly didn't do an awful lot creatively other than the corner. Obviously put the ball in for the corner, which was absolutely fantastic. But again, he worked hard. He really did. He got involved. He threw tackles in. He chased players down. He made sure that no Arsenal player had an easy run. And that's all we really ask. That's the minimum that we ask as Evertonians, as players. Just work hard and they fight and they show passion and they get in people's faces, and he leave the pitch absolutely shattered. Not leaving the pitch with not a great, a bit of mud on your shorts. You're thinking, I could go again there. Leaving the pitch, having given everything, and I think he done that today. So I think he deserves that score. I can't remember if I gave him a score actually. My head's gone. He's getting an 8. He's getting an 8.5. Thought he was brilliant. Tom Davies. I'm going to give Tom a 7.5. Again, obviously, I've knocked him down a little bit for the penalty. I do think it's stupid, but he started the game very, very well, Tom Davies. Very, very well. Again, he was brilliant. He was bringing the ball forward. He was pivotal in the goal, getting the ball from midfield, coming forward, playing it to Iwobi, who played it in who played it into Dom, who obviously headed it on to Rob Holden. And other than the penalty, which was a shock moment, really, I thought he had a really, really solid game. Wasn't massively in it in the second half, but I thought he had a really, really solid game, Tom Davies. He stepped in and he done well. Like I said, taking the penalty situation away from it, he stepped in and he done well today. Onto the front line then, Alex Iwobi. I'm giving Alex Iwobi an 8. Again, really, really, really big effort by Alex Iwobi today. Worked his absolute arse off for pretty much the entirety of the game. Obviously come off with a few minutes to go, but he worked so hard. Nearly had a goal as well towards the end. It's a shot and it was deflected, and when shots are deflected he can go absolutely anywhere, but again, really, really hard working performance by him. Got involved when he needed to, didn't let the occasion in terms of playing against his old club get to him, just got his head down, worked hard and linked up quite well with Mason Holgate on that right hand side on a couple of occasions. Richarlison, I'm going to give Richarlison an 8 as well. Again, hard work and performance by him. There was a couple of occasions where he had the ball on that left hand side, and you're sort of hoping for him to do what he done against Leicester and cut inside and have a shot, and he doesn't. He sort of just he either doesn't or he tries to, and the defender gets a foot in. Dominic Calvert-Lewin played a brilliant ball over to him, and he just couldn't, he just couldn't get it out of his feet properly. But again, he worked really, really hard. You could see he's struggling. He's obviously injured. He's obviously struggling with his wrist. But again, the fight was there, the passion was there, and he worked very, very hard today, so he's getting an 8. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he's getting a 9 today. Can't fault him. Obviously pivotal in the goal, getting his head on the end of it. Fantastic finish, even though it come off Rob Holden, don't really care. Seemed quite angry to be taken off, to be honest, by Carlo Ancelotti towards the end of the game, but that's because you've got a striker who wants to score, who wants to be involved, who wants to play constantly, and obviously Carlo's in a situation where he's thinking, I want you to be rested and available for the game in midweek, but again, worked so hard today, battled, fought, threw his foot in when he needed to, big, strong, won fouls in the right areas. I just thought he was fantastic. Onto the substitutes bench then. Cenk Tosun, 5. I don't think he really done much, to be honest, but again, he was only on for a minute, 2 minutes or so at the end of the game. Seamus Coleman, give him a 6. Won the ball a couple of times and played some nice neat passes, but again, wasn't on the pitch for an awful long time. And John Joe Kenny, you know what, John Joe's getting a 7, because there was one occasion when he went backwards and he just volleyed the ball. I can't remember which Arsenal player it was, but he just volleyed the ball at them and it went out for a throw-in, and then he had a little smile on his face. He was basically playing left wing, John Joe. He was made up. So yeah, they're the subs, and then Carlo Ancelotti's getting a 10 today. Look, Everton are second at the moment, could be second at Christmas depending on other results. 3 wins out of 3 against 3 tough sides to beat, and it was imperative that we went out today and we just stuck with it and got the 3 points, and we absolutely did that. So there you go, they are the player ratings. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you have enjoyed, please do hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new as well. Get in, up the toffees. Merry Christmas everyone, get in. See you soon.